What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 3 Team Builder, taking on Magic and the New York Meloettas here in NCL Season 6. His team consists of Ferrothorn, Melodic, Meloetta, Galarian Weezing, Minior, Carbink, Mega Heracross, Incineroar, Dracozolt, Tornadus Incarnate, and Sandaconda. His priority options are Meloetta with Quick Attack and Incineroar with Fake Out. His hazard setting consists of Ferrothorn with Rocks and Spikes, Galarian Weezing with Toxic Spikes, Minior with Rocks, Carbink with Rocks, and Sandaconda with Rocks. Removal options on his team consist of Galarian Weezing with Defog and Tornadus Incarnate with Defog. And 4x weaknesses are the Ferrothorn to Fire, Carbink to Steel, and Mega Heracross to Flying. A couple things to note about this team. Dracozolt is allowed to have Sand Rush, and that is what makes it an absolute monster for him. That's what's made it an absolute monster for him so far this season, is that he's been using Sandaconda plus Dracozolt pretty well. He's a dirty Fossil abuser. He's doing this in all of his leagues right now, which is just like super boring. I don't know why you'd want to do the same strategy in all 3 leagues at the same time, but that's fine. I mean, it's his life. I've been sort of playing around people prepping harder for my threats and bringing other mons instead because I think that they'll prep harder for them. But I'm going to stop doing that. I would have probably brought Suicune in this game if it wasn't for Ferrothorn. I'll be real about that one. If Ferrothorn was not here, then I would probably have Suicune on the roster because I don't think that Melodic can actually beat it 1v1. It's probably going to have Haze for it just in case, but there you go. Carbink is really the only thing that I don't see coming to this game at all. It just probably doesn't show up. It doesn't really have a great matchup. I have a Bronzong right there. Like, Carbink's pretty useless, I'm not going to lie. Like, there aren't many reasons to bring Carbink when you already have Galarian Weezing. And Minior, like, it's just doubling up on typings on this team. All it does is it's another rocker. And he's already got, like, 3 other rockers, so kind of weird to me that Carbink's even on the team. I think there's probably something better that he could do with that, but I believe he actually dropped something for Carbink already. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But besides that, that's about all I can say. Mega Heracross is actually a gigantic issue for my team. I don't really have good switch-ins for it. Offensive Incineroar could be a problem. Offensive Sandaconda could be a problem. Melodic is going to be a bitch to break. And Dracozolt could be a problem. I think that's about it. I don't think anything else really poses that much of an issue. Perhaps Misty Surge, Galarian Weezing could be annoying with the Melodic. I'm not sure. We'll sort of see where things end up. Definitely the combination of Sandaconda plus Dracozolt could be really annoying. So I've prepped a little bit around that, but not a whole ton. Bronzong's first. I'm bringing a mixed defensive Bronzong, but it's mainly designed to be specially defensive for the Meloetta. I have Colbur Berry rather than Kasib so that I can take an Incineroar hit, like a Darkest Lariat or something. I'm not entirely sure that Flare Blitz would be the best play against me, so this is fine for that. And I can also take a Dark hit from the Mega Heracross, although I'm not sure it would want to click a Dark move. I don't know. It's also there for Dark Pulse on Tornadus Incarnate, which I don't know why you'd bring that. Oh, for Rotom, of course. Yeah. Dark Pulse seems like it's actually pretty good on the Torn rather than Heat Wave. Against me, I think all it needs is like Hurricane and Dark Pulse, and that's probably enough. So that's why I'm Colbur. That's what it was. It's for the Torn. So Rocks. Heavy Slam, Reflect, Earthquake. Earthquake is there for Incineroar, Carbink, Dracozolt. I mean, Reflect is there because this team is primarily consisting of physical attackers. Even like Minior, when it smashes, is more than likely a physical attacker than special. And Tornai can be physical as well. So I think Reflect is useful here in terms of getting what I want done. And just defending against physical hits in general, I think is super useful. Although it's not powered up by Light Screen, so it's not going to be around for very long, but I think it could be a little bit annoying for him, and he might have to play around that. And Heavy Slam is there. Why? Galarian Weezing, Carbink. I don't remember what else. Torn, I guess. I don't remember why I'm Heavy Slam over Gyro Ball. I think it's for Meloetta. Yeah, I think it's for Meloetta. I think it's for Meloetta because this was designed as a Meloetta answer, but I'm not Kasib, so I should be Kasib for Meloetta. And I actually think that I'm just gonna calc this because I'm pretty sure the Gyro Ball is gonna do more. I don't know what I was thinking. I kind of built this team in a little bit of a rush yesterday, but I also don't really think that the matchup favors me all that much. So we'll sort of see. So Gyro Ball is 43 to 51, Heavy Slam does 42 to 42.5 to 50.4. So it's about the same actually. Gyro Ball is actually 1 base power better, but it has less PP than Heavy Slam does. So I'm just going to go with Heavy Slam because Heavy Slam is actually better probably against the rest of the team. So we'll go with that, and I won't run out of Gyro Balls, and we'll be fine. That is Bronzong. All right, moving on. Buzzwole, this is my lead if I see Ferrothorn, because I think Ferrothorn is a fantastic lead against me. Really all there is to it. I think that's about it. You know, if the Incineroar wants to lead against me, that's really not the biggest deal in the world, because I would probably want this in against Incineroar anyways. Even at -1, I can... it's not doing that much because I'm super physically defensive, and I can just, like, heal it back. He might be an overheat set, though, which could be really annoying. Kind of have to judge what I want to do there. I could potentially go into Garchomp turn 1 on that instead, because I'm not bringing Suicune as an Incineroar check, so there's not a lot of ways that I can play around Incineroar. Taunt, though, is there for the Ferrothorn. This beats Ferrothorn 1v1 every single time. Gyro Ball is doing absolutely nothing to me, and I can taunt it and just Drain Punch it to death. This is also my Mega Heracross switch in, and it's my primary Mega Heracross answer, which is why I have Koba Berry for stray Aerial Ace from the Mega Heracross. It does not have access to HP Flying, because Hidden Power was removed from the game. And Drain Punch doesn't actually do that much to it, so I have Thunder Punch to sort of cover a few options here. Drain Punch is fine against almost everything, bar Galarian Weezing and Mega Heracross. And so Thunder Punch is there to hit the Torn that would want to switch in. Excuse me. Ugh. Thunder Punch over Bounce, which is the only other move that I would want to run for Mega Heracross, and it's just not worthwhile bringing Bounce. So Taunt, Roost, Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, this should be okay to an extent as a Mega Heracross check. It's really the best I can do in the first place, so I just kind of have to roll with it. I'm outspeeding something in particular. Heracross. So, outspeeding. I just got a bunch of speed in here for Mega Heracross if it was speed creeping me. If it's max HP, max attack, that's fine. But if it's running any speed for, like, Suicune or something, then I should be creeping that, I believe, with 48. Could be wrong. Slazzle. This is, like, the same set that I brought the last 2 weeks. Toxic, Sub, Protect, Flamethrower. I mean, it's just really good. Like, getting a Toxic on anything on this team with Slazzle is just super helpful. And I have to watch out for Misty Terrain, Galarian Weezing because of this. I've brought this the last 2 weeks, so if Magic has been watching my games, then he'll know that I'm probably likely to bring this. Specs actually didn't look so bad, and now it doesn't look so horrible when I'm looking at it either. Maybe I'll bring Specs instead. I'm not sure how I feel about this set in particular, so maybe Specs is just better. I can't really hit like Minior, but you know what? Maybe just changing it to like offensive with not sub protect and just having Toxic, Sludge Wave, protect. I don't know what protect. Just looking at it now, like it seems so stupid that I'm running. Sorry. It just seems so stupid that I'm running Sub-Toxic Protect when he could bring Misty Terrain. And that's the whole strategy. Like, I should have something for other Pokemon. I guess I could run Iron Tail for Carbink. And that's about the best I can do. I can't really hit the Minior, but I could Toxic it, which is fine. Venom Drench. I mean, I could run Venoshock. It's not horrible. It's only kind of, like, slightly better than Protect, though. Potentially Fire Blast, and I probably actually would want to be Heavy Duty Boots in that case as well. Just changing the set here in the Team Builder. No worries, no worries. Just changing the set in the Team Builder. Not a problem. Not a problem. I guess I could run Taunt on this. I'm scared about Bulldoze Ferrothorn, and so I didn't want to like lead this if there's a Ferrothorn. And I'm scared about like Earthquake Incineroar, so I didn't want to leave this against Incineroar. There isn't really a point in running like Will-O-Wisp or Beat Up or anything. I mean, Covet could be interesting. Confide is an interesting play. Fake Tears is actually kind of fun tech here. Because whatever switches in, I just Fake Tears, and then I get a free hit off. So I'm actually going to go with Fake Tears, and hopefully this validates, but this could be a really fun set on Salazzle, so I'm glad that I changed this. It's a little bit more creative, and it's probably going to catch him less off guard, or more off guard than the Sub-Toxic Protect set. Salazzle's outspeeding Tornadus, so I should be able to do quite a bit of damage with the Timid set, and I'm running barely any bulk. Darm, I'm bringing Choice Banded Darm. There aren't that many answers. So the one answer to this Pokemon from just clicking like Banded Icicle Crash is Melodic. So I think Melodic has to come against me, and that's partly why I have Tapu Koko, and partly why I have Toxic on Salazzle and Thunder Punch on Bronzong, or the other one, Buzzwole. Yeah, so I basically get free initiative on the Melodic. If it's going to be a Flame Orb set, then I can wear it down. And Koko is a pretty free switch in every single time. Things to consider, though. But yeah, Banded Icicle Crash with Guerrilla Tactics is basically just like a Swords Dance that I get, and I'm already locked in with Guerrilla Tactics anyways, so if Melodic doesn't show up for whatever reason, then Banded Icicle Crash just demolishes this team. If it does show up, then I just U-turn anyways, and excuse me, if I catch it off guard and it doesn't have his Flame Orb up, then U-turn does like over 50% before it's burned with Marble Scale, and that's like enough that it's chipped into a range where I can always punish it, and if I can put enough pressure on him, I can get rid of the Melodic and just have Darm like ass blast through this team. His team is fairly slow. There's a couple things that can outspeed my Darm naturally. The one thing that would do it without like transforming is Tornadus Incarnate, and then besides that it would have to be Scarfers, or he would have to click Relic Song with Meloetta, or he'd have to be Sand Rush with Dracozolt, or he would have to be in core form in Minior. So there's a lot of like, I don't know how to describe that. What is it? Conditional? Conditional. There's a lot of conditional speed that his team would have. Potentially Tailwind from the Tornai as well, of course. But only one thing that like naturally outspeeds Galarian Darm. So I am outspeeding the next fastest thing, which is Meloetta Aria form. And I should just be able to pound through this team with Icicle Crash and Earthquake to an extent. Icicle Crash is very safe besides the Melodic, like I mentioned. And if I really have to have a nuke to get rid of the Ferrothorn, I've got Flare Blitz on there, but I'm anticipating that I'm probably not going to have to click Flare Blitz this game. It's also a decent way of revenge killing the Mega Heracross, but again, I think the Melodic is such a safe switch in that eventually, if I have to lock myself into Flare Blitz, I'm probably going to be put in a position where the Melodic is going to be able to recover on me. So it's a weird way of being able to play Darm, but I think I didn't bring Darm last week, and I should have, and so I don't want to regret not bringing what is potentially my biggest threat in a matchup where it can succeed if I can get rid of the Melodic. I wish that I could have brought Shaman to this game, but Shaman just doesn't really do it against Mega Heracross and Incineroar, and it's kind of just smash fodder for the Minior potentially. It's also a free switch in for the Galarian Weezing, so a little bit on edge about the Shaman. And I can't really hit the Ferrothorn, and I don't want him to get up hazards for free. So I potentially could have dropped Bronzong for Shaman, and Shaman might be just better in this matchup than Bronzong. Why do I have Bronzong? It's mainly for the Tornai. It's mainly for the Tornai. And I should actually just like move all of the defense to Spadef on this, because it's pretty much just there for the Tornai, which Shaman cannot do, and I don't have great answers to Tornai not bringing like Kecleon, and I don't think Kecleon's great in this matchup. But anyways, Mega Garchomp, it's my rocker for the week because I don't have, wait, I've got rocks on this. Why do I have rocks on this? I don't need rocks on this. Alright, we're going to figure out another move in a second here, but Fire Blast, Earthquake, Dragon Claw. Fire Blast is there for the Ferrothorn. Dragon Claw and Earthquake are fine for everything else. I'm considering Toxic. I'm also considering just Swords Dance, which also looks fine, honestly. I think Swords Dance probably is okay. So rough skin for pre-mega, and I'm actually outspeeding nothing pre-mega. I'm outspeeding something when I mega this time. So I'm outspeeding Meloetta Aria when I'm in mega form. So it's actually the same difference as Garchomp speed creeping at base 100. When Mega Garchomp loses 10 speed, I'm then creeping at base 90. So I'm speed creeping Meloetta Aria. That's the idea behind Mega Garchomp. And then last but not least, Tapu Koko. I'm bringing a Scarf Tapu Koko with Dazzling Gleam, U-Turn, Brave Bird, and Thunderbolt with very specific EVs. I'm outspeeding Dracozolt in Sand, which would potentially be the second fastest thing on the team. I can't outspeed Minior in... well, actually, this will outspeed Minior, like, what is that? Shield form? Before shields are down. Whatever it is. The rock... The actual Meteor form. Meteor form, I guess. This will outspeed Meteor form after a smash, and it'll outspeed Dracozolt in Sand. Max speed Dracozolt in Sand. But it will not outspeed... What will it not outspeed? Core form Minior after Shell Smash, or anything after Tailwind that is faster than Dracozolt, i.e. Meloetta Aria, and that's it. Torn itself. Melodic, but Melodic's not going to run speed anyways. So Thunderbolt is there for the Melodic pretty much always. I think that Sandaconda's probably coming, and I'm a little bit worried about just like activating Sandspit for free. Very worried about Smooth Rock activating Sandspit, but Dazzling Gleam should just demolish the Dracozolt. I have to be max special attack to get a roll to kill the Dracozolt with Dazzling Gleam, but hopefully after Rocks it's pretty consistent. And then I'm running just enough attack investment to Oko max HP Mega Heracross with Brave Bird. I don't think it gets a way of like speed boosting, but I'll outspeed Mega Heracross in Tailwind, and I'll be able to Brave Bird it and kill it, so there's always that. And I think that's pretty much all there is to it. This has been a little bit sloppy. I'm definitely still considering dropping Bronzong for Shaman, just because I really feel like if I can get Melodic out of the way, then Darm can win, but I also don't want to just give up Bronzong when it's my Tornai answer, and Tornai probably comes because it's magic. Like, if I had to guess, right? If I had to guess, Melodic's definitely coming. I think Sandaconda, Dracozolt, Mega Heracross, that's what, 4? Incineroar is 5, or Meloetta, sorry, I guess would be 5. Or Meloetta / Galarian Weezing, and then Torn is 6. So yeah, I do think the Torn is probably one of the 6. And I might regret this after the game, not bringing Shaman. And if I start 1 and 2 because I didn't bring Shaman in this one, and I didn't bring Darmanitan last week, then, I mean, that's just how it goes. That's just kind of how my team is built. It's not super bulky. It's definitely a lot more offensive with some bulky pivots, but... I might regret that. So Suicune is not coming because of Ferrothorn, like I mentioned, and also Dracozolt can very easily break a sub, so I'm not about that. I was gonna consider just setting up on him because Calm Mind Suicune looked okay, and I could like burn the Ferrothorn and then pressure stall the Power Whips out, and it's not really an issue anymore. But Melodic is definitely running Haze, so there's just no sense in really bringing like a setup Suicune. Despite how good I think Suicune looks in this matchup. Like, I think besides the Dracozolt, Suicune actually looks pretty solid. Besides Dracozolt and Melodic, I think Suicune looks pretty solid. So maybe that's actually something to consider over the Bronzong as Suicune instead. I don't know. Shaman, I just went on a rant about Shaman. Kecleon, not so great against Mega Heracross team, and I think it's just a little bit... It's not that I don't have a place for Kecleon on the team this week, because it could definitely come, but I just didn't see the reason to bring it. It could have been a Meloetta counter. I don't know. Could have done something like that. Honchkrow, it's slower than Mega Heracross, so it's not really doing all that much for me in this matchup. Like, the flying resists aren't there, per se. It's basically Mini or Carbink, which are both probably not coming. But I don't have the room. So, I mean, there's potentially probably 9 Mons that I would have brought in this matchup. Rotom was never coming, by the way. No chance in hell that Rotom was coming. Incineroar is definitely a maybe on showing up this week. And that's about it. So, I don't know. The reason that I wouldn't bring Rotom is probably not sane at all. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess, in theory, I could have probably brought any one of my 11 Pokemon to this game. And I'm choosing these ones. And who knows, I might swap out Bronzong or or Buzzwole. If I swap out Bronzong, I have to put rocks back on Garchomp. Which, I mean, I guess I could swap out Garchomp instead. It's not really doing that much. I kind of had Garchomp as another way to pressure Incineroar. And a way to be immune to Bolt Beak from Dracozolt. It was kind of like be immune to Bolt Beak from Dracozolt with Garchomp and be immune to Outrage with Koko. And then have an Earthquake resist in Buzzwole. But maybe I bring Suicune over Garchomp. Toxic Scald, Ice Beam, Sub. I can't bring Rest with Electric Terrain, so. Oh, that's another reason why I think Misty Terrain, Galarian Weezing might show up, is because I have Tapu Koko. So he could bring that to deter my Electric Terrain, or he could just abuse my Electric Terrain with Dracozolt. Up to him on what he wants to do, really. Very much debating dropping Chomp for Suicune in this matchup. Because I like the pressure that Suicune puts on. It does offer melodic chances to recover. If I can Toxicate, it's not a problem, though. That's the thing. And I can kind of just sit in front of Melodic as well. Like, it's not like Melodic can do that much. You know what? I'm going to do it. I don't really care. I'm doing it. Suicune. I haven't brought Suicune all season. And it does actually kind of look good against a lot of the other things. So we'll just do, like, max HP. Run a little bit of speed on here. Enough for Mega Heracross, probably. Or enough for Dracozolt, so it's not outspeeding me outside of Sand. So I have to be Timid. 274... 275, and then maybe a little bit of defense, a little bit of special attack, Toxic, Ice Beam, Scald, Sub, Leftovers. There's Suicune. So hopefully that works. I might feel really stupid by dropping Mega Chomp. Suicune outspeeds base 75s. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, this does sort of put pressure on the Sandaconda, at least at the very least. It can help me wall the Incineroar. I don't remember why else I wanted this. For pressure? I can't remember. It may have just been for pressure. I don't know why did I want Coon? Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's on the team now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is like all over the place and it's super long, but feeling really tired and I'm not having the best success right now, so I'm just sort of winging it a little bit. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys for the match against Magic and the New York Meloettas.